Hi guys, so in this video we're looking at factorization, right? We did one before on factorizing using the highest common factor, but now we're looking at factorizing quadratic expressions. This little picture here is actually showing you the shape that you would get if you should graph a quadratic expression in a quadratic equation. So this shape is called a parabola. Alright, but we're not getting into that in this video, so let's go on. What is a quadratic expression? A quadratic expression is one of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are not constants but real numbers. So a, b, and c are real numbers, right? And a cannot be equal to 0 because remember that anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So if a is 0, that would actually take away the x squared term, which would mean that it's no longer a quadratic expression. An example of a quadratic expression: 5x squared plus 2x minus 5. That is an expression. And so in this case, a is going to be 5 because a is the coefficient of x squared, b is 2, b is the coefficient of x, and c is negative 5. You have to take into consideration the signs that are to the left, or the sign that is to the left of each term. So a is 5, b is 2, and c is negative 5. Another example: a squared minus 4a plus 3. Now I deliberately use the variable a so that you can get it clear in your head. A, once there's no number beside the variable, that means its coefficient is 1. So in this case, a is 1. B is negative 4, not the letter but the number beside the a. And C is positive 2. Went further to give another example: p squared plus 3p minus 4. What is the value of a for this equation? For p squared, the coefficient 1, and the value for p 3, and the value for c negative 4. So it doesn't matter what letter is used. Once you see this form, a variable square with the same variable without the square and then a constant, you have a quadratic expression. Alright, so when the coefficient of x squared is 1, it is actually a bit easier to factorize. Let's check it out. Just find two factors that multiply to give you c. Number c is the last number in the expression, and those same two factors should be able to add or subtract to give you b. b is the middle term, the coefficient of the middle term. And as I said before, note that it is not limited to x. Any letter can be used. So this could have been said when the coefficient of a squared is 1, when the coefficient of b squared is 1, when the coefficient of b squared is 1, when the coefficient of e squared is 1. You get the trick. I don't have to go through the whole alphabet. So any letter could have been used. X is more popularly used, but it is not always used. Alright, so let's look at an example. So when we look at this, the coefficient of x squared is 1, as there's no visible number beside x squared. So first thing you're gonna do, take note of c, which is the last term. 12, ask yourself the question, what times what gives me 12, and at the same time adds up to 7. So if you look at the factors of 12, right? If you look at the factors of 12, 2 times 6 gives me 12. 12 times 1 gives me 12. And 3 times 4 gives me 12. 6 times 2 gives me 12, but when I add it, do I get 7 in the middle? Do I get the 7? No. If I subtract them, do I get 7? No. 12 times 1, 12. 12 minus 1 gives me 7? No. 12 plus 1 gives me 7? No. So the best option is 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is 7, and 3 times 4 is 12. So it works out perfectly. So what you do is use the two factors and you create your product. This expression is now factorized. So you actually open 2 pairs of brackets and you use your factors in the brackets with x. And to verify that our answer is correct, let us reverse this. Alright, so if we reverse the brackets, this is what we'll get. X times x, x squared. Following the second arrow, x times 4, 4x. Then we go down here now. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 4, 12. And when we add the like terms, 4x plus 2x, 7x, we end up back with the same. So this actually shows us that we are correct in our factorization. Let's look at another example. So it says if all the terms are positive, then your two factors will be positive. There you go, plus, plus, positive. Example 2, factorize q squared minus 7q plus 12. It's almost the same as the last question, but now we have a negative number in the middle. So now the question is, what times what gives me positive 12, and at the same time we'll add up to negative 7. So we know that the 12 and 1 wouldn't have worked. The 6 and the 4 still wouldn't, 6 and 2 still wouldn't work. So we're still at 3 and 4. But now we have to consider the signs. A negative times a negative will give us a positive. So negative 3 times negative 4 gives us positive 12. As well as if we add 2 negatives, you'll end up with more negative in it. If you borrow a loan and you borrow another loan, you owe more money, right? So negative plus more negative give us more negative. So we get negative 7. So now our factors change. It's now q minus 3, q minus 4. So both our factors are negative. So something to note, if b is negative and c is positive, then we will have both factors being negative. Final example, factorize x squared plus 8x minus 20. This time c is negative and b is positive. What times that will give me negative 20, and when added will give me positive 8, 10 and negative 2. So a positive times a negative is a negative. And then use that same 10 and negative 2 and add them. So 10 plus negative 2 gives us positive 8. We know that if we're adding and we have different signs, then we actually subtract and keep the sign of a bigger number. So ultimately it's 10 minus 2, 8. The bigger number was 10 and it was positive, so it means a positive 8. So then, using our two factors, we factorize this equation and our answer will be x plus 10 because it's a positive 10 and x minus 2 because it was a negative 2. So what to note, if c is negative, so we have negative 20, and b is positive, then the bigger factor will be positive. So the bigger factor will actually take the sign. And that is the end of the examples. If you need more examples, feel free to comment, and I will do that for you. In our next video, we will look at factorizing quadratic expressions when the coefficient of x squared is greater than 1. Bye bye. See you.